Hi, this is Brian Zipse with Horse Racing Nation. I'm here, of course, with trainer Larry Jones. We just saw a very impressive workout by A Chatterbox. A Chatterbox is headed to the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Larry, I gotta ask, all these good performances she's had in her career, the Spinster seemed like it may have been her best one. What'd you think?
Well, I agree with you. Every race, if you go by numbers, in which, you gotta apply things to it, every race this year has gotten better. It's the Delaware Handicap had been her best, and then she goes to the Personal Ensign and ran her best numbers there, although she got beat. But we were having to, I'm gonna say, ask her for her life. We were trying our best to win. So, I mean, she was 100% empty when that race was over. And then the Spencer come back. We ran the exact same numbers we did in the Personal Ensign, but she did it, in control. Mm-hmm. So it makes you realize, oh, this was a better race because it was easier for her. And it's the kind of race you like to come into a huge race when you're going to have to ask them for their very, very best. That was the kind of race you like to have prepping you for that. So we couldn't be happier. This year has gone so well for her. I mean, we had one little hiccup for just 3 or 4 days, and that everything else has just been steady forward for her. So hopefully we're at the right place at the right time, and we'll just see what happens.
What else can you ask for? Now, she seems to flourish every time she's here at Keeneland. Is it something about the air here in Lexington?
Well, it does good, and it's a great time of year. It's starting to get a little cooler, or when we're coming up out of the winter, it's still very nice and pleasant. So she does do very well, although 2 of her losses came here, So, but at least she showed the other day, okay, it's nothing, the track. I did good. I got a perfect trip and all as well. So, but no, she does very well here, and what a better place to trip. I love the track. And yeah, so it's got us ready.
Laurent Giroux was on her today.
Yes.
Nice 5-furlong move. What'd you see today?
Well, and as he told me, he came back as soon as I picked her up from the pony. He said, "Oh my God!" He said, "Larry, I think it's the best work she's ever had." And he said, "I kept saying whoa, whoa, whoa." He said, "When you cut me loose, it was just like whoa, whoa, whoa the whole way." So no, it was very good. And he said, "Watch the video." He said, "I never moved." So it's no, all is well.
Now she's coming off a great win in the Spinster, like we talked about. Heading to California. You're flying out Monday, Santa Anita. It's the biggest test of her career, the Breeders' Cup Distaff. She's never faced Songbird, Stellar Wind, Beholder before. What's your thought, your scouting report on those 3
Well,
great
we have
fillies?
faced Stellar Wind. Because we beat her in the Kentucky Oaks, and then she beat us in the Breeders' Cup last year. So
my apologies.
That's okay. Stellar Wind, we're 1-for-1 with, and it's really good. But yeah, no, Beholder, all 3 of those are champions. And Songbird, I've watched since day one because she's owned by one of my owners as well with the Fox Hill Farm and Mr. Richard Porter. So I've always laughed and played, and thank goodness Rick is a wonderful sport because I laugh and pick at him. I said, boy, what a thrill it's going to be the first one to ever beat Songbird. And so anyway, but it's fun. But Songbird is spectacular, and as I tell him, and I'll tell everybody else, she might be the best filly that's ever wore a set of horseshoes, in my opinion, because I've just got to watch her. Mr. Hollendorf has done a wonderful job with her, and Mike Smith hasn't even done a bad job riding her. He's done great. And so, no, the task is very formidable. You're looking at Beholder. My gosh, she's just, I mean, what can you say?
3-time champion.
Hall of Famer. And then Stellar Wind has outrun her 2 times. So no, the West Coast Division is just super strong. We think the East Coast Division is very well. I think they're out ruling us all out. But I know Dallas Stewart's filly has been running well, and Todd Pletcher does have a very good filly in Carolina, and she's beat us a couple of times, and we've beat her a couple of times. So I think you've got 6 very talented horses that are in there that whoever wins it, you can say, well, I can see why they won. And whoever runs 6th doesn't mean you're a bad horse. You're still a good horse. But somebody out of this has got to run 6th. We're always hoping it's not us. But whoever, it's a great race. I think the best distaff from top to bottom that there's ever been. Usually you had Azera. You've had great horses in here. Go for One and Passiana, but never 6 that you think, okay, any of these could do. So we're hoping.
I have to agree with you. It looks like the strongest Breeders' Cup Distaff ever. It looks like the strongest race of all at the Breeders' Cup this year. Now, win, lose, or draw out in Santa Anita, the Breeders' Cup Distaff, the big one. What's next for A Chatterbox?
Well, she'll fly back here the very next day, go to the farm for a couple of weeks, and start getting ready for a 5-year-old campaign.
Wonderful news.
They say they're going to run again next year if all comes out of this race, because soundness-wise, she's just doing very well.
Well, that's great to hear. Good luck in Santa Anita.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.